Hello and welcome to today's August 3rd daily news report, as well as ongoing stimulus check package information video. If you're a subscribed member of my community, then welcome back. And if you're not, consider subscribing right now so I can keep you up to date on what's going on in Washington, D.C., what's going on in the U.S. economy, what's going on with money, investing, and much, much more. All right, well, I have everything in place for the August giveaway. In the next week or so, my channel will hit 1 million subscribers. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for being in the first million. I'm so excited and just my heart is just full of gratitude to be able to have this many people care about what is going on in Washington, D.C. through my channel. Now, as a way of saying thank you for being a member of our community and a way of helping out as the government seems to be dragging their feet, Casey and I have decided to give away $10,000 as a big thank you, right, for hitting this milestone and to help out. So here's the details. There's going to be 25 winners in total. 5 of you will win $1,000 each. And 20 of you will win $250 each, okay? That's a lot of cash that we're gonna give away. Now, this is done with me working with incredible sponsors on our channel. They pay me, and then I turn around and share that with the community to be able to help more people during these crazy times. Now, to date, Casey and I have been able to give away over $30,000 in 2021 because of these amazing sponsors. So I'm going to leave a link below. You can go enter your name and email to be a part of this August giveaway. And thank you guys so much. And if you'd be willing to tell other people about my channel, I would really, really appreciate that. All right, now my preferred way is to get winners their money through PayPal, but I've sent money via the Cash App, Venmo, and even sent cash through the Postal Service, although I don't really like mailing cash. I've also had people say, hey, Stephen, I love your amazing hat, but I'm so tight on money right now. Could you just send me cash instead? And I've been able to do that. Now, I'm sharing a couple of photos because I've seen comments below say, hey, would you mind just proving that you're giving this money away? I usually keep it pretty private because 1, I don't really know people's names. And 2, most people just want to be private about any money that they receive. But happy to share that. I've got nothing to hide, and it's been my absolute delight to give this money away. All right, now let's jump into today's update. About a month ago, I told you how Representative Ilan Omar said she wanted to see UBI, or Universal Basic Income, of $500 per person, right, per American. Well, as of this week, she is calling for Congress to send out support checks for $1,200 for adults and $600 for kids to help them get back on their feet and help eradicate poverty here in the United States. Now, I told you they were using every new phrase except stimulus checks, right? I'm not going to go through all of them. You can see my video from yesterday. So these support checks would be under a program called the Support Act, which stands for Sending Unconditional Payments to People Overcoming Resistance to Triumph, or SUPPORT. So it's a really clever acronym, right? Congress is really good at coming up with acronyms and really terrible at following through on them. But anyway, that's the name of the new bill, right? Now, Representative Omar said it's time to change the way the United States takes care of its people in the 21st century. Right now, presidents and economists and banks look at the GDP, or gross domestic product, and the stock market to determine whether the economy is thriving, but it doesn't tell us how all demographics or income levels are doing. Omar wants to create a new metric that decides how to help citizens based on GPI, or Genuine Progress Indicator. Now, Omar said in a statement, poverty is a choice. For too long, we have prioritized endless growth while millions are homeless, hungry, or without health care. The pandemic has laid bare these inequalities. We as a nation have the ability to make sure everyone has their basic needs, food, housing, and health care met. Building off successful pilot programs in my home state of Minnesota, I am proud to introduce a guaranteed income that will put money directly into the pocket of Minnesotans and introduce a holistic economic measure that will ensure our economy is centered on the long-term prosperity of Minnesotans and Americans everywhere. The world needs new economic indicators and economic policies that will prioritize and encourage truly sustainable, equitable growth. It's time to become the leader in measuring and safeguarding our people's economic well-being, starting with both of these bills, okay? Now, Representative Dwight Evans of Pennsylvania supports this new idea. He said, even during the better economic times that came before the COVID pandemic and recession, many Americans were struggling to avoid hunger and homelessness in the wealthiest country on the planet. Representative Maria Newman of Illinois said, it's crucial that we assess the economy based on how it serves working people instead of the profits of large corporations. Now, it's not clear whether Representative Ilan Omar will introduce this into the $3.5 trillion stimulus package, or if she will first try to put the $500 per month program in, or if she will do nothing, right? As of right now, this program she is putting out there to see how many Democrats and Republicans will support her idea. She admits this likely needs to be a test pilot program that is tracked to see how people spend the money and how it benefits them before it's rolled out nationwide. Now, one area that she will lose support from Republicans and moderate Democrats is she also wants to give this money to undocumented immigrants. So she's going to have pushback on this bold idea, right? Now, I think a big case for universal basic income won't come because of poverty data. It will come once machines and robots have taken over too many human jobs. If poverty data really drove policy in the United States, they would have solved it by now, but it doesn't, unfortunately, okay? But with machines and robots creating a real threat to the middle class income earners, universal basic income will be talked about more and more in the future. Now, the vote for the $1.2 trillion infrastructure package could happen this week. And there are rumors that the $3.5 trillion stimulus package is now starting to be written up. It will likely be between 5,000 to 10,000 pages in length. So we're going to start seeing a lot of programs coming out of the woodworks as they open up writing the $3.5 trillion stimulus package. And I'll be here to explain those to you. By the way, thank you guys so much for giving these videos a like and for being a member of my community. I really, really love bringing you guys the news. All right, now an update on the rent eviction crisis coming our way. Democrat Representative Maxine Waters said her biggest mistake was assuming the White House was in charge. So she made a dig at the president, who said, I want to help, but I'm going to leave it up to Congress. And Congress said, we want to help, but we're going to leave it up to President Biden. Now, Nancy Pelosi, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, made a statement on the eviction crisis. She said, the crisis of families being evicted and put on the street is a challenge to the conscience of the country. And Democrats' commitment to immediately helping renters and landlords is a priority that unites our caucus. Our sole focus must be keeping people housed, and we must do so with urgency this moment deserves. So it's nice to see House Speaker Nancy Pelosi giving some words about caring about the people. Whew. For a second there, I thought she didn't care about the American people and was just going to sit in her mansion. So I'm so glad to see that she actually cares. All right, now some Democrats are now saying President Trump was able to keep people in their homes. Why can't President Biden? Why can't Biden stand up to the CDC and save these people from becoming homeless? Okay, this is from Democrats. All right, now in an interview with CNN host Jake Tapper, I think, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez was asked, who is to blame for the eviction crisis? She said, we can't in good conscience blame Republicans because Democrats control the House. She said Democrats wanted to get on planes and go home, not deal with this. AOC said the White House had an entire month to deal with this issue, but stuck it on the House of Representatives with 1 day's notice. Now, AOC said the White House is lying about this being the House's fault. She said, I sit on the committees that oversee housing, and nothing was asked of us until the very last day. So she's calling the White House out for trying to shift the blame over to the House of Representatives and saying, you guys are lying. Okay, now AOC said Pelosi should come back to Washington, D.C. and reconvene the House and solve this problem. And I'm really hoping that they do. The idea of 11 million people becoming homeless, it makes my heart hurt. I hope that they'll get to work on this. All right, now on the stimulus package front, AOC said once it's the House's turn to add legislation to the $3.5 trillion stimulus package, she plans to add in everything she wants, and Republicans won't be able to block her. Now, in the past, AOC called for a stimulus check, so it could be something that she throws in. I'm not saying that she will. I'm just letting you know what she said. Now that Republicans are out of the way, I'm going to put in everything I want. Those are her words, okay? Now, we will see if Omar also ends up submitting anything, or if they're just introducing ideas and bills, right? We want action, not just words, okay? And I'll be here to let you know and walk you through what actually comes of it. Now, this is big breaking news. Earlier today, Letitia James, the Attorney General of New York, released a report showing that Governor Andrew Cuomo sexually harassed at least 11 women in close contact with him, thanks to his position as the governor. The report also showed his brother, CNN anchor Chris Cuomo, coached him on how to get out of sexual harassment cases and how to manage the media. So these two were working together, okay? Now, as of right now, Governor Cuomo says this is all a false narrative and that he refuses to resign. Even Chuck Schumer today said, Governor Cuomo, you need to resign. This is disgusting, right? All right, now earlier this year, Governor Cuomo was accused of putting COVID patients into nursing homes, which resulted in over 10,000 deaths, or around 25% of all the COVID deaths in the state of New York. However, the Department of Justice decided not to investigate because these people are already dead and COVID was a weird time. So it looks like he's not going to be held accountable for that either. Also, Andrew Cuomo, or Governor Cuomo, made $5 million on a book deal talking about his leadership during COVID. So he's doing really well. $5 million. I'm an author, right? I've got 8 books. Nobody paid me that much money. That's incredible, okay? All right, now these are developing stories. I'll continue to keep you in the loop, but that was like a massive nationwide breaking story this morning. All right, now the federal government is upping the pressure to force vaccines on workers and at the same time putting tremendous pressure on large companies and corporations to force vaccines on their employees. However, many in the legal field say the government and large businesses are opening themselves up to a large influx of lawsuits and potential class action lawsuits. However, one professor at Georgetown University said Biden has the authority to force a vaccine on people, and if they sue after and win, at least Biden will have gotten them vaccinated in the meantime. So he basically said he probably would lose, but he could force a vaccine on people in the meantime. All right, now this idea on whether the government has the right to force medical procedures on people could end up in the Supreme Court one day. It really is kind of a tricky situation. Now, New York City became the first city to require you prove you are vaccinated to do any kind of indoor activity. However, the mayor says he won't enforce another mask mandate because people should have the right to choose, and it would also hurt the local economy. So they can choose a mask, but they can't choose whether to have a vaccine. Okay. Now, in Illinois, the government officials are telling people to be careful at work, birthday parties, family gatherings, etc. They are saying everyone should be masked up. In fact, the Surgeon General went as far as to say parents should be wearing masks at all times, even in their own homes, to protect their children. However, Illinois, while saying to do this for small gatherings, just permitted the rock concert Lollapalooza to take place with close to 450,000 people. Now, of course, this isn't being called a super spreader event, but a fun music concert. I found some photos of the event to give you an idea of the size. I then zoomed in on the people and found only about 1 to 2 masks out of thousands and thousands of people. I love how the media and the government tells us one thing and then allows something totally different. Anyway, I don't really care that Lollapalooza took place. It's the hypocrisy of government leaders and the media that really irritates me. All right, now this is my update for today. As I know more, I will definitely come on and share more. Before I go, make sure to sign up to be one of the winners, one of those 25 winners of the $10,000 that Casey and I are giving away. I'm excited to give this money away. And again, I'm just so grateful for your support of my channel and helping me get to 1 million subscribers. All right, now before I go, I just want to remind you that you are amazing. I appreciate you being in my community, and I'll see you on the next video.